This pattern is a generic CDC loop wing emerger. The hook and device is a grip 14723BL in size 14. The thread is Benecchi in black, which is simply attached just back of the eye. Run down a few turns and the excess is trimmed. The next material on is the ribbing, which is a fine copper wire, which is tied in underneath the shank. For the tail or shuck of the emerger, use some bronze mallard. Only 3 barbs, which I've separated already. Even the tips and tear off. The length is now measured. This is about right. Tail is about the length of the shank. Next material on is the abdomen material, which is just a fine pearly flash. Also tied in at this point. The thread will not advance beyond the thorax position. Trim away the waste of the mallard. And then start wrapping the flash. It ties down both the shuck or tail and the ribbing, making sure that the tail material, shuck material, remains on top of the shank. By holding it slightly towards myself and then use the torque to roll it back on top. Take care to work around the point of the hook. Until the bronze mallard angles slightly down. One more turn. And then touching turns back towards the thorax position. The result will be a shimmering abdomen. Next, wind the copper wire in. Even turns. And tie it off. Trim the waist. For the loop wing, it's 2 CDC feathers. Place them cupped together with the tips aligned, and then simply bunch them up. Like so. This is where the loop is measured. It's a bit of experience thing. It's about twice the length of the shank. then tied down with a pinch and loop. And then trim the waist. The thorax material is squirrel body fur. Any coarse type of dubbing will do. You want it a little spiky. Simply dubbed onto the thread. And bring to the front. Next, the loop is formed. And tied down. The tips are left. Without the tips, which we will now fold back, there's a big tendency for the material to come loose. Find it's much more secure to leave it on. Plus, I like the effect of those little tips facing forward. Finally, 3-turn whip finish to complete the fly. There are a few too spiky hairs here, so we'll just snap them off. Optionally, can roughen the body just slightly with a small piece of velcro to bring out some of the legs to the side. And that completes the loop wing emerger, or CDC loop wing emerger.